Welcome back to episode 2 of Frostpunk on the Edge. We're right where we left off before. Still have a bunch of homeless children and a bunch of sick people. So let's pick it back up here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we were building our hopefully last house for this group. Inevitably, we should have more survivors come in through some source. Oh, looks like we had our explorers arrive at their location. So we're gonna get wood and steel. Let's see what they had collected for us. They collected 70 wood and 60 steel. That's a lot better than the 17 steel we got at the last place. We did not find a new area off of it, so let's just bounce back to the frozen den. It could take us 23 hours. And check back in with them at that point. Now also we had, I thought we had a counter on New London sending food, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know how long they're going to wait for that steel and those 2 steam cores that loudmouth in the warehouse I had to blab to them about. Oh, so I guess we got some raw food. Let's put a couple guys on that. Of course, it's outside of working hours, but this will convert over fairly quickly. Once they get working, there's no reason to fully staff it. And we can find a resource node or actually take advantage of being night. We have enough materials for another gathering post, and we will need to connect it. That way we take care of that at nighttime. We'll probably put our stray unemployed workers on it once it's built. So we can fast forward to morning. More people are getting sick. Oh, we have 3 gravely ill. That's definitely not good. We need more engineers is what we need. Both because we need to be able to run more medical facilities, and typically we really want to get more workshops going so that we can have much more progress in the technology tree. Because this is slow. For one, it's slow. Just one building. And if you get guys who are sick, then it's not running at full capacity. It's pretty bad. Go ahead and man that. The last 3 guys are kind of the 3 that aren't running here. Okay, so the temperature came back up. That's good. That's kind of part of why people got so sick overnight. It was so cold. If we look at the heat map, we can see that they're in livable temperatures. That would have been down to chilly over the night because it was 1 temperature grade lower.
Get to work, people. Shipment is waiting.
As you can see, the workshop's nice and warm. So that's why we kind of put that out further. It has 2 insulation, just native to it. We have some hungry people, but that's going to be quickly taken care of. As you can see, they're converting over fast. That number is going down pretty quick. You have about 1 hour's worth of raw food, so I guess that means it's going to... that's how fast it's going to run out from cooking. So again, normally I put just 1 guy on food. maybe 2. But in this scenario, you know, our food is not real reliable. Just 40 a day is pretty bad. I'm sure we'll be able to keep up with that with just one cook. And that means we can take those extra guys and put them to work here. Now, is there anything else we need to build? So we have enough houses for everybody. We don't have the manpower to work another medical post. We only need the one cookhouse. Resource depots are just to increase our max on the resources. We are not even remotely close to the max on anything. And resource depots are fairly expensive. 40 wood and 20 steel. 20 steel is a lot. You know, especially considering it's just a, you know, it's a giant box. You know, no one's living in it. But they will become, at least on the previous scenarios, and I assume probably for this one as well, they will become important mid to late game when we start needing a stockpile, because it starts getting colder and colder and it's harder to work. And there might come a point to where we just can't viably work a certain scenario, a certain resource. Or we can't work it fast enough, and so we needed to have stockpiles from back when it was workable or available. But we do need to get some braziers up and running. This is probably going to be better off having a road in the middle. So let's look at, actually, hang on, our tech is about to be done. Alright, so that's giving us tier 1 access. There's no tier 1 in heating. We're not really prepared to have more scouts because every scout group takes 5 people, I believe. Yeah, 5 people and 40 wood. We don't have the people to spare. We also don't have that many locations to go to. Now, resource gathering is going to be probably a good choice. Or get ourselves an upgrade to our medical posts, so they'll heal 10% faster. And the bunkhouses are upgraded tents with +1 heat level, which is going to be very important. But right now, you know, even when it goes colder by 1 day, let's stop the timer here. Even when it goes colder by 1 day, or 1 degree, 1 level, which is going to bounce back up from, these are still going to be chilly. They're not going to be really cold. I mean, we saw a lot of people get sick last night, but for the moment, we're not really in the deep freeze, and it costs to upgrade these. So I'm thinking for now, we get our healing, because we said we needed more medical capacity anyway. So let's get, if we don't have the manpower to have more medical posts, let's just increase the rate at which they process. And we have a bunch of sick people out. You know, that's not too big of a deal here. 5 in treatment out of 10. And it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for that kind of clustering of sick people. Hang on, these people are griping about something. So many people are gravely ill, and we don't have an infirmary yet. Yes, I know that. Should we? No, we don't need to ask London for anything because you know they're going to want something in return. I mean, we probably should have because we don't have access to the laws. And one of the laws... Oh, we can actually see them. Is to do things like sustain life and radical treatments. I'm concerned that if I ask London for help, they're going to give me one of these I don't want. So sustain life, I think, is kind of what I normally go with. It gives us the ability to build. Oh, so on this one, it actually takes up medical outposts, but it leads to the care house, which is what I want. Radical treatment, I don't want. I really don't want. They'll do everything to cure gravely ill, which might amputate people. Already makes them unable to work until I get prosthetics. I think that it leads to here as opposed to here. And the care house is something I really want. So I'm kind of hoping that New London will give us an option. Say, hey, we know you got sick people. How about we go this way? Or we could go this way, and then they agree with it. I get the feeling like I'm going to be subjected to their whims, however. So I'm gonna hesitate talking to them too much. Might be a mistake. Okay. No, we're not gonna open another medical outpost. See, this is bad. This is bad. Things are getting bad. I need the workers to open. I mean, I could build another medical outpost just to say, look, I built it. But I'm not going to be able to man it. And like I say, not right now, but they'll come back. You know what? We'll build one and just not man it. Where are? So we're 26 minutes away. You know, and I might need to man it temporarily just to qualify for this, which means I'd take the guys out of here, put them in here. And then bring them back. So it looks like there's not going to be anything here at the frozen den. A bit barren area. But this is just going to give us access to another area. So let's carry on. Head on to this crumbling hut. Now there is no limit to the amount of resources that these guys can carry. So since we're not in critical need of these, it's better just to let them bounce around. You know, really what we're looking for is other communities to trade with. Because in the description, it talked about setting up trade routes. And I'm assuming that that's where we're going to get our more stable food source. Maybe we'll be able to get some converts to our area. Because we need workers. Who knows? So the scouts got to be active and running around. I'm less concerned about the resources they're finding, and more about the discoveries. You see, everybody's eating. You know, we had 2 people on the food. They easily cooked the whole thing up. And you know, so it's not a 1-for-1. They're making a standard meal, so it's a 2-for-1 or 1-for-2, I guess. So we get twice as much food for cooking it. If they get desperately starving, they will eat raw food, which is terrible. They can get sick, morale will drop, and it's wasted food because it didn't go through the conversion. So let's go ahead and zoom up to the next day. Discontent's going down because people are eating, people are getting... you know, some people are getting healthier. And someone just died. Lack of treatment. Oh, that's unfortunate. That doesn't make things any better. See, our discontent is an unpopular decision. Probably my not talking till New London. And hope went down because an adult died. Oh, and I forgot to do the heating. Oh, let us get distracted. People are dying off. Why did you guys not remind me? I'm sorry, peoples. So we're gonna brazier here. At least we're gonna beat the temperature going down. I mean, they were in livable conditions, so I don't think it really would have made that much of a difference. Okay, we get it. You're dying off. That looks like one of the gravely ill bought the farm. And let's go ahead and get that medical outpost that we promised. I mean, you know, I could take the hit on not doing it. My discontent is still very low. But, you know, I'm going to need the building eventually anyway. Where is our food? 30? Seriously? 30? Guys, don't be mad at me. Be mad at London. So okay, I'm okay with asking for them to hopefully give us the ability to build a graveyard. You know that the more we ask them, the worse things are going to get. Asking for more food. Your favor will be exhausted. That's not good. Favor and exhausted. Not good. I mean, come on, really? All right. We need, because we don't want to leave bodies laying around. I think I have a lot of help. Yeah, thanks a lot. Respecting the dead edict. I just want to be able to build a graveyard. From this day forward, all dead bodies should be buried in a cemetery. Thank you. Which will be established for this purpose.
Headquarters order. A new law is in effect.
That's what we wanted to see. 10 wood. Let's put it all the way out here so that, you know, they can honor their dead as they walk by to the warehouse. The dead don't need a warm area to be in. So the braziers are up and running. We see how much more warm everybody is, and that's also affecting the areas that they're walking in. And so sometimes it's good to put that, you know, maybe around a work area. Which we will probably end up... We probably won't end up putting one here. And the reason is because the building eventually should have a heater of its own. Through research. And you can see no building is getting done because people are busy working, and that's fine. We'll let them work, and then after work, on their free time, they can volunteer to build things. This whole food thing is really gonna... It's really gonna stress things. I mean, really, they set us less food. Really? Well, we'll get to sending you stuff. So they gave us the extended shift, which is good. This is something I wanted.
Hear me. A new law was announced.
It's not popular, but yeah, I noticed we got less food. Thanks. This, of course, is already all over the outpost, causing much anxiety and anger amongst our people. Let's hope it's a mistake. No, it's not yet. Yeah, I'm sure it was a mistake. We're going to extend this shift right here. Not making people happy, but it's not a popularity contest. We'll tear this down. Actually, we're going to leave it because we talked about using it in the future for a thumper. We're sorry to inform you, really, due to circumstances beyond our control, your food supply will be reduced until further notice. We assure you that shipments will return to an agreed size as soon as possible. Well, you know, maybe we'll send you your agreed resources as soon as possible. Yeah. Oh, right, now they don't want to talk to us. Okay. This is getting adversarial quicker than I expected. Oh. Yeah, this is just going to have to wait. So also, on these goal bars, you can see this little gray line here. This is our time to get things done. It'll get shorter until it runs out. So it's an easy way to glance down to see how much time I have left on something. I can't help but to notice that there isn't one of those. So, we don't really need the bunkhouse right now. We have heat coming in. We have, you know, there's a fair amount of coal laying around. I want to get a coal thumper up and running, but I don't need to immediately. I think the sawmill is probably going to be our best investment. Because we don't have a lot of wood piles lying around. This is going to be important as well. We just can't do anything with scouts for now. Let's look at our wood resources. 67 here. This one's cleared out. 25 here. We can put some people on that. Yeah, that's it. We're sawmill it is. So I think that's gonna be it. We need we're gonna need to get the sawmill up and running. We're gonna want a coal thumper in the relatively near future. Let's see what we find here. Survivors. This is a good reason to come home. So this crumbling hut, the building, once heavily damaged, has been repaired to provide some protection against the weather. Smoke is billowing from its makeshift chimney. We knock. Hey, just hello. I guess they didn't have a doorbell. We knocked, and armed people answer the door, but they lower their weapons when we assure them that we're not a hungry bear. We never send them home. because they will die on their way home. We can walk away and come back later if we know there's another place we need to go to beyond, and then pick them up on the way back, which there isn't. It doesn't appear. So we're definitely going to escort them back. And they have some engineers. That's a big deal. So let's bring them back. They'll be back in 16 hours. But they'll get here in time for me to load up the medical location.
The workday is over. You're free to your quarters.
And they're happy to have a cemetery. I know we don't have... Fine, we'll talk to London. We're gonna have people be able to man the infirmary. No, we don't need these things. We need food. I know the favor is gonna fall, but you know what? What good are they doing us anyway, right? The government of New London issues an act. That's a repair. All terminally ill when I go rag. No! Oh no! Oh, not what I wanted to have. See, that was what I was worried about. And I knew it was going to happen because the only thing we can research for our factory is prosthetics. I knew they were going to gear us towards cutting off limbs. See, I mean, at least care home is still available, but I did not like that. I would much rather have just taken care of the people and not cut off their limbs. Bad. Alright guys, you guys need to get back home because I need you to find an outpost. Hopefully once we get up here, they'll be able to find something else. I don't know. We need to find an alternate food source. In the base game, there are options for rationing. You can make soup instead of the regular meal, which is more conversion efficient. It brings up some discontent, unfortunately, but minor in the face of the gains. So I never hesitate to soup them up. So, but it's nighttime, and we can zoom on past the nighttime. And see if anything else occurs. So this is good. I mean, it's a mixed bag, right? They're going to come in with workers that we desperately need, but mouths to feed. And our ill are down low enough that we can operate. We can get away with just one. One medical. So let's go ahead and build a second workshop so we can start speeding this up. This is going to be rough. This is going to be our only steel source, it appears.
Cold is coming.
Because there are no... It doesn't look like there are any permanent steel income sources around the map. And the problem with this is that even though it seems to be permanent,
We have a quota. quota to fill.
we can't build machines to help with this. Now, I mean, there is the research to increase, the wheelbarrow and whatnot. But in the base game, there's actual machines, facilities that we can build on them that increase further and further the output and are warmer. Yay! People are here. All right. Let's pause real quick. Look at what we're going to research. This is nice, but not necessary. It's going to increase the rate that the wood comes in, but it's not going to increase the amount of wood we get per, tree. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think we can hold off from the coal thumpers a little bit longer. I think we're going to have to handcart this, because this is a long-term thing. They're demanding their resources. We've been it's been undermanned all this time. Let's send these guys back out immediately. And we're going to have to split resources from the facility. Let's put our new engineers in here. So that. Wait a minute, is that not a medical post? Did I not just open a new medical post? You guys saw me just open a new medical post, right? Thank you. And now we'll take them right back out. Okay, yeah, the one guy was eating. And we'll just leave this unmanned. I now suddenly have more workers than I need. So you can see if we cursor over here, the various locations on the map that are manned will show how many workers are in it and what kind of workers are in them. There really isn't anywhere else for me to send a worker right now. This is fully manned and it's going to be empty momentarily. This is now fully manned. So we have some people in treatment, so what we can do is knock everyone out and put everyone back in. So now I'm releasing the people who are in treatment from being workers there. And it will automatically grab people who are able-bodied and assign them. So you can also see here when I cursor over here for the tent, the brazier lights up showing that it will be within range. So that's going to be out of range. Somehow that's out of range. We'll use the guidelines here so that we can know where these are going to be. In last episode we ran it for about an hour. We're over the 30 minutes for this. I'm thinking about just trying to level these out of the compromise to a 45-minute run. I don't know how long this game's going to take to beat, or how long it's going to take to lose. Let's see what this guy's got. We found a boy frozen to the bone in the cemetery next to a fresh grave. I think we have this scenario from the core game. He must have been here for hours. He wants you to call an emergency meeting. He says if you agree, his mother will wake up. Yeah, this is recycled from the base game. No. Your mommy's not getting back up. Get back inside, kid. Help build a house. I mean, I joke about it, but there is child labor in this game. Right now, they're not. Their kids are not working, but there are laws that can enable child labor. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so that's nice. We could both get the cores and steel less efficiently, but that would be nice. I think what we need, because we have idle workers, is probably the coal thumper. We could also use idle workers for scouting, but right now we only have one location for scouts to go to anyway. And there's nothing. This would be useful, but it's going to increase our use of coal. Coal mining is also nice, though it requires a steam core, which we don't have. That being said, we can mine one up. We're gonna put a stall. We're gonna install a sawmill. That's gonna give us some worker usage. What do we got free? 17. It will take less workers to mine a coal mine than a coal thumper. So let's do this. And we'll just have to switch this over to get us a steam core. Switching to another source will stop unloading for. We're gonna wait on that a little bit. We have the 100 steel we need. Let's get a little bit of a padding. Let's get our sawmill up and running. Let's start with this one. That way, once I deplete, I know there's less here than over here. But let's deplete this one first so we can tear down the building and we can cluster our houses over here. So that seems like a smart thing to do. And we have a bunch of workers free now. Uh, 9.6 an hour, not stellar. We're definitely going to have to get that split discipline. I think we're going to have to work overtime as well. Sorry, guys. We're going to get a weather improvement here shortly, but right after we're going to go down by 2, which is bad. So negative 30 is going to kind of become the new norm. Because it'll go back up to 20 and drop down to 40, come back up to 30. Which means we're going to need to get heaters so that we can heat this place. Assuming that this building gets heaters. If not, then we'll have to build a brazier out there. So we look at this building, we don't see. There will be an icon, I think, up here for turning on the heater, turning on and off. Since I know this building will get it, and it's not, the icon's not showing, that means not seeing the icon here isn't an indicator that it won't be able to heat. So let's run through the night and let's assign our workers here. So we have a wood income. Don't really feel like I need to run them overtime. Okay, this is not a good sign. I wanted them to find something. Indeed, a large building stood here once. The size and number of chimneys suggests that it might have been an inn. Oh, that'd be nice to fix it up. But now, their collapsed remains are all that stands amongst the ice and snow. Okay, so we have found, ooh, forgotten fishery. We might be able to set up some kind of food thing there. So let's move on, and because these resources are not a big deal. See, the Storm's Watch makes me feel like we could find another city to interact with, but I like the sound of food. Fishery sounds like food. So we're going to go there first. Plus, you know, if we're talking about meeting up with another city for trade, we kind of need something to trade with them, and we're not really resource rich. So as eager as I am to make friends, it might not be as prudent at this time. And you just know that these guys, New London's gonna come back and say, you know, something didn't work out, and 30 food is gonna be all we're gonna be able to send. So we got people who are hungry, and we are out of food. So the downward spiral has already started. And we're above 5 sick people, so I do need to be running to kind of 2 medical outposts. But you can see we've gotten the sick under control. I mean, we did have 3 people die, which was terribly unfortunate. And so, yeah, the sick is being handled. Largely probably because of the braziers, which we can click on them and turn them on and off. We're not turning them off.
Move, people. New London counts on us.
Alright, so we've gained the ability to coal mine, but we don't have... we're going to have to switch this over. Just a fact of life. Because we need to be able to build the coal mine. So we know that it's going to get cold. Bunkhouse would be really nice to have. But I think we need this mixed crew, because we need to be able to bring in both cores and steel. Cores are immensely useful. We can't overstate how useful they are. But we're going to be giving them away, and we need a steady source of steel. As you might have noticed, the technologies are now requiring steel for the upgrades, and that's just going to escalate. Plus, these advanced buildings require steel. So we're leaving the wood age and entering the steel age. And we really can't have this thing shut off, not producing steel. And as you can see, we're not going to get a whole lot of productivity out of the steam cores as it is. That's 0.2 with the 20% increase from the carts. And they've already been bugging us for their shipments. That first steam core is going to probably go towards the coal deposit. So yeah, we have to be able to split the productivity. As you can see, we're getting much quicker output due to having 2 workshops. And to be honest, I think we could probably go for a third one. Which also requires steel. Oops, no, 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 no. No, we don't. That's silly stuff. This is a double-edged knife, right? Research comes in quicker, but that means we're spending resources faster on research, depleting our stocks more quickly. So, you know, there's the balance of the resources we need to build the things that we're researching versus being able to continue to run research. But we've got 6 unemployed engineers, and so for now, let's just get it sped up. And I think that with them working on that, I think we're at a good stopping spot. We just started a new research. We're getting ready to start another new research. Wood crates just finished. We got more unemployed. I guess it's not more employed. They're still here. So that means all they have is this coal to go. And we're going to pause it here with the research being completed, and we'll pick up with the next one. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope that this has been entertaining. I hope that I'm providing something useful with the background. I know that a lot of you probably have already played the previous games, and it's redundant information. But let me know. Let me know if you're enjoying this, and I like to see what people's opinions are, and any information or any questions you might have about the game or suggestions. But I hope to see you all guys soon. So thank you very much.